Hey, how's it going, guys? So we're back with another Star Citizen video. If you're new channel, welcome. I'm sorry if the audio sounds, I don't know right now, but I placed the mic a little bit further away from me right now because, one, I'm actually eating a bowl of ramen, and basically, I was hungry, but the thing is, I didn't want to eat and then or do a video, so I decided to combine them together. So it's been a while since I eaten while doing a recording. But we're gonna be checking out CitizenCon 2954 Captains of Industry. So there's a lot of CitizenCon 2954 videos, and I really want to get to them. But the thing is, the length of those videos is a little bit difficult. I know some of you guys are thinking it's only 40 minutes or 50 minutes. Trust me, it's schedule reasons. But however, I managed to find a chunk in my schedule where I can finally watch this lengthy video. So basically, I'm really interested in seeing what Captains of Industry is all about. I'm guessing it's going to be talking about maybe industrial locations, equipment, vehicles, things like that. That's just a guess. And I'm putting the mic to a little bit further away this time because, one, I'm not trying to turn this into an ASMR video while I eat, and two, actually, just number one, I'm not trying to turn this into an ASMR video, but I'm almost done with it, so I should probably be done with my food probably halfway through the video. So without anything else, let's just jump right into it.
Hi everybody, it's good to see you all again. Love you too. Excited to be here. In case you...
I say John Crew right now is like the number one person I've been seeing a lot lately with all the vehicle videos I've been watching, inside Star Citizen videos.
Don't know me and you weren't listening to Jared there, which I do quite a lot. My name's John Crew, I'm the vehicle director.
My name's Ben Curtis, I'm the vehicle art director.
And there he is, Ben Curtis.
And the clicker is not working.
Oh.
So if you've got technical difficulties...
You have to do a dance, John.
There we go.
There we go, we're good.
Right. So...
That happened to me once during a college project presentation, and I got so nervous after that. I was like, so what happened was I clicked it like this, but I didn't look, so I didn't know if the slide changed or not. And then I started explaining into it, but then my professor's like, well, hold on. We're still on the same slide. And I was going, I got so nervous. But either way, she was one of my favorite professors. I had 4 classes with her, not all at the same time, but throughout my college years, and she was so supportive, so nice, great on feedback, great on communication. So she was one of my favorite professors of all time. But anyways, let's get back into it. The vehicles to build your universe.
Today, we're going to be talking about the vehicles to build your universe. And for those of you that watched the previous presentation, which is awesome, about base building and crafting, you should be familiar with the construction grav cart.
Oh, that thing. Requires player to move it around the universe in another vehicle, only makes small buildings.
And you've seen how this works. You might be wondering, well, if I've got this, why do I need some vehicles to do things? I know there's going to be some of you that will be perfectly prepared to go push this thing hundreds of kilometers out of the garages at New Babbage. But realistically, you're going to need a ship to put it in. It can't carry supplies by itself, so you're going to need to put supplies on the ship, move them. And it has small drones. And that's the key aspect there. It has 2 small drones on board. And drones will have sizes.
Okay, so, yeah, basically everything you're going to be building in Star.
Okay. I think I remember I forgot which video it was. It did talk about like building bases and all that. Why do we need base building vehicles? Every building has a size defined. Small, medium, large, extra large. Construction drones have size classes too. A medium drone can build... Yeah, I remember this description, but I forgot which video it was. Parallel production, one drone, one structure, two drones, two structures, and so on. Got it.
Our Citizen has its size class. A lot of you are familiar with how we class our ships and a lot of other things in our game. So it ranges from small all the way up to large and extra large. And our drones kind of fall into those classes as well. But what does it really mean, the difference between what's a small drone, what's a large drone, what's a larger than large and extra large, and so on. And basically, a medium drone, for example, can build any structure up to a medium size. So it can build smalls, mediums, and it will be able to build small structures faster than what a small drone would. So the size makes difference depending on how big you want to go. But the drones also scale in they scale in numbers. In the one drone can only make one structure at a time. So the grav cart's got 2 drones on it, so it'll be able to create 2 small structures. But a medium, or if you've got a vehicle that carries multiple drones, you can craft a lot more structures, a lot bigger sizes, and that's kind of really the key to kind of like the upgrade path through the kind of drone sizes. So we've had a look at the small.
Let's put the mic back.
So what's next? What do you want to build? A medium.
There we go.
So
introducing the Argo
some of you have already
CSV
seen
family.
it, but this is the CSV from Argo.
So launching today is the very first ground.
Sorry guys, that actually was a little spicy. All right, Argo CSV family. One of the biggest determinants of success on any project. Oh my God, it stays with you. On any project is the quality of the tools you use. Argo Astronautics designed its construction support vehicle to make building your next outpost as straightforward as possible. Small and nimble enough to cross difficult terrain. Yeah, it does look like that. The CSV FM is equipped with a high-tech drone launcher that makes starting construction as simple as parking. While the CSV SM provides additional storage for all the resources required to build your next settlement.
Ground vehicle from Argo, the construction support vehicle, CSV. So this specialized chassis is developed to take on all the conditions on all our planets. It's a little rugged beast that really does just go everywhere. And if you're constructing a new settlement, there's 2 things you need. You need drones to build it, you need supplies to supply the drones to build it. And that's why the CSV comes in 2 variants. So we have the CSV FM, which stands for Fabrication Module. So this has 2 medium drones on board.
2 medium construction drones.
And we built it to fit in as many vehicles as we could practically get it to fit in. So it fits in vehicles from a Cutlass Black upwards. It's approximately, and everyone always asks me, what ship fits in what? And I lose track of it all the time. It's about the size of a Tumbril Cyclone. So if you can put a Cyclone in a vehicle, you can put one of these in it. Obviously, 2 medium drones on board, and then it has an internal storage tank for resources. So it has a very small version of a freight elevator built into the back of it. So you feed it 1 SCU crates, it absorbs them into the holding tank on board, and then the drones will come back to the vehicle to refill. And it also has a size 0 serial generator on board for a bit of added protection.
So no turrets, no
what happens when you run out of
guns.
resources? This is where the CSV SM for supply model comes in. So the second CSV-based vehicle in the game, and this has a traditional 4 SCU cargo grid on the back. So
yeah, I saw
4 1 SCU boxes, 2 2 SCU boxes, 1 4 SCU box. Depending on what you buy, you can use this to bring it and move it around. So this is the perfect companion vehicle to the CSV FM. Said that. Shield generator as well. Moves about 28 meters a second. I cannot, my brain is fried. I can't remember what that is in miles per hour or kilometers per hour. And it is available right now to drive in SC Alpha 324.2. Available at playerc.csv.
All right.
So now, let's take a little closer look at the vehicle, and Ben's going to go through it.
Is this a ship commercial?
Okay, so what we're seeing here is the in-game version of the CSV. It's complete with its 4 SCU of cargo up on the rear. And I think the CSV kind of really builds on what Argo is known for as a manufacturer. It's got those kind of like really kind of hard industrial looks, and I think it helps it kind of feel at home on any build site. All of its components are easily accessible. And
Okay,
I think the
good.
exterior is like real dominating factor is those kind of large all-terrain wheels, and then that's kind of backed up by just simple, smooth, sleek lines. We've got the front-loaded cab that puts all the controls kind of right in the kind of where the player needs them, and I think that's one of the keys to the ship as a whole, or the vehicle as a whole. Sorry, is it's simple, it's purposeful, it's functional, and I think that just kind of just helps it to kind of feel part of that Argo family.
Nice.
But what if you want to go bigger?
Bigger?
Bigger.
Bigger. Misk
Okay.
Starlancer.
So, introducing the Starlancer family. So, yeah, the Starlancer is basically a whole new family of vehicles, from Misk, and these are covering a range of different roles. Today, we're going to be talking about the first three, which...
Okay, for those looking to expand their operations, the engineers at Misk have upgraded the Starlancer series to tackle an even wider array of jobs than ever before. Put down in the comments below, guys. Do you guys like Misk, like ships? Ships from Misk? The Starlancer BLD features a full suite of construction tools ideal for building the outpost of your dreams. Wow. The Starlancer Tech offers an aggressive offensive package ready to face down the fiercest of foes. Starlancer Max has an extra spacious hold ready to transport cargo and vehicles. So whether you're looking for a versatile ship that can send on its own in a fight, complete a delivery on time, or build the outpost of your dreams, it's easy to see why the Starlancer is the ship of choice for industrious pilots across the verse. Wow. Okay, so we got a build your base ship. We got a offense defensive like package ship, and we have kind of like a logistics ship that can provide a lot of supplies, cargoes, and move vehicles from one location to another. So that's great.
The build, which kind of makes sense, and that basically is for all your large structural construction needs. We have the TAC, which is going to be for people that want a little bit more defensive or offensive excursions in our universe. And then we have the Max, which is a dedicated hauler, but it can still pack a bit of a punch. So we're going to take a bit of a closer look at all of them today. We're going to start off with the build.
So this is the Starlancer build from the outside. The key
build.
thing to take away here
I said BLD.
is you'll see it has the drone bays on each side, and then
can
it
see
has
the orange.
drone resupply arms for allowing the drones to come back and resupply. Inside that room, you have the drone control center. So you have a single station inside, and this is where you control all your drones from, much like Luke showed you in the previous presentation. So there are 2 large drones held on each side of the room, so 4 large drones in total. And then there are 2 filler stations right at the front here, and these each hold 16 SEU of capacity, which can then go and load the internal resource tank to feed the drones. Drones that will then be deployed out of their little secret garages, and they go off and do what you've asked them to do. When they need to resupply, they'll come back, sit on these arms, suck up their resources that they need, carry on their day. That's the really important thing here, is that all these base building vehicles have enough storage on board to supply your drones. Obviously, if you're going to build 1 million things on your base, you're going to run out. But we want you to be able to have these vehicles and have knowledge that you're not going to be doing endless cargo runs initially to build your foundation of your base. You'll be able to build your base and have storage on that eventually, but these all get you going in the short term. So let's have a quick go over the stats. It holds 4 large construction drones. It's 83 meters long, 52 meters wide, 15 tall.
Damn, that thing is long.
So lots of rumors and chatters that people
Well, then again, that's not a surprise considering the fact that if you're going to hold construction items and things like that, you will need a big ship. So not surprised. 2 S2 power plants. Wow. 1 S3 shield generator. Pilot controls. Okay. That's a lot of guns and missiles. 2 remote turrets. Yeah, so this thing is basically a warehouse that can fly and defend itself.
Thought this was freelancer size. It is not. It is significantly larger than the Constellation and Corsair. It's almost 600i in size, so it is a big ship.
Yeah, I remember when Morphologist did a review on the Corsair and things like that. It was huge. And you're telling me this thing is bigger than that?
2 S4 guns for the pilots, 16 missiles, remote turrets, and then 128 SU of cargo capacity in the build specifically. But what if you don't want to build stuff? What if, like me, you just want to burn stuff and destroy stuff?
So introducing the Starlance attack. So, like I say, this is designed
this one got
to
a
be
bigger
bit
response.
more aggression into the verse. So I think the first thing you're going to notice.
That image right there, sorry for pausing so much. That image right there kind of reminds me of like a AC-130 gunship, like from Call of Duty, just shooting from the sides. It kind of looks like that for some reason.
Is the kind of the dual man size 5 turrets. Now these give much better kind of broadside coverage from any of the other variants. And then on top, we also have
a
like a
Fury.
dedicated hangar that has been specifically designed to fit a Mirai Fury inside. And I'm sure we will see plenty of other ships try to be fitted inside. But yeah, we'll see.
Oh, a lot of people are going to be
John's going to
trying.
run you through the interior now.
So yeah, let's have a look over the TAC from outside to in. So this is the TAC in its default paint, so sort of military drab gray. Then internally, obviously Ben talked about the size 5 turrets. Then we have some drop seats behind, and these are on a deployable ramp, so you can
Yeah, it looks like it can't fit anything else besides the Mirai Fury, judging by the size of that space shown.
do some ground assault. They will drop out, down.
What else can you fit
If you're
in
doing a bit
there?
of ground assault, chances are someone's probably going to get injured. So
I don't
there is
think
an
anything
onboard
smaller
medical
than the
facility
Mirai Fury, right?
directly behind there with 2 Tier 3
Please let
medical
me know.
beds. Upstairs, obviously, there's the Fury hangar. Behind that is engineering. And then forward of the hangar is the refactored habitation and mess hall area, which is specific to the TAC. Just because there's so much other stuff crammed in there, we had to redo the upstairs of it, basically, to fit that in. And we'll go over the more normal layout shortly.
Okay, so yeah, to sum up, I think the TAC's obviously going to bring a lot more firepower from the other variants. Its shield's been boosted up to two size 3 shield generators. It's got the med bay with the tier 3 med beds, drop seats, it's got the hangar, and it's still able to carry up to 96 SCU of cargo. And you can secure yours today by going to play.sc/Starlance attack.
Oh, pool table. I think I did see this commercial. Oh yeah, I did. Yeah, this was one of the earliest commercials that I saw on my channel.
Built for life.
That was
Okay,
great.
so I think you kind of hopefully agree that was a pretty great kind of trailer for the Starlancer Max. And as you can kind of see, we're just putting the finishing touches on that now. So yeah, we're just getting it all done, all ready for its launch at IAE. We will take a little bit of a closer look at it now. I think the Star Lancer kind of really fully encapsulates Misk's kind of ability to create beautiful ships. It's got this bulbous design that really helps to kind of
very
convey
smooth and sleek.
underlying structure and its underlying strength. I think when the engineers were trying to kind of put this together, they were thinking about what's useful, what's great, and one of the things that we thought about was this deployable cargo grid that just brings the cargo down to the ground, makes it much easier for loading and unloading. And they also wanted to put the kind of the crew, they wanted to put what was important for them. So they've added a lot of windows out so the crew can see out into the verse, and it's one of the things that we know people like, is being able to have these kind of little windows out into space. And then above the kind of main habitation area, we've got these big skylights, and they just allow kind of like more natural light to cast down into the cruise area. For a bit more protection, you've got 8 size 3 missiles up front, and then a further 8 on top.
Whoa, look at those.
And these are backed up by a set of size 4 remote turrets, both front and rear, that give good topside coverage. And then finally, when we get to the front, you'll see we have a further set of size 4 gimbal weapons. And again, these just kind of help to fill in those blind spots.
Which is good. So this thing has like all-around protection, pretty much.
I think as a whole, the engineers or Misk have done an exceptional job in creating a vehicle that kind of fully encapsulates the functionality needed, while still ensuring that the crew's kind of well-being and livelihood is protected. It's all in a package that kind of really dominates the sky, and I think it really shows off Misk's ability to deliver kind of quite beautiful ships.
Right, so don't worry, this is not an Origin 404 moment happening here. So let's have a look inside the Star Lancer Max now. So, love it or hate it, we love it. The Misk traditional letterbox view is back. At the front of the ship, you have the pilot, co-pilot seat with 2 support stations at the rear. These are the ones that control the remote turrets by default. Then behind that, we have the escape pod room, 4 escape pods, 4 crew. And then behind that, we have the traversal. It's sort of a traversal room. It has a lift, goes between the 2 floors of this ship and goes to the exterior of the ship. And then a ladder for emergency backup. Behind that is the mess hall area, so nice shared communal space for you to relax with your crew. And then we move into the 4 individual crew rooms, each with double beds, so very luxurious for a spaceship. En suites for all.
Nice.
At the rear of this section, we have a further 2 lifts. These are just internal to go between the 2 decks of the ship. Then at the rear, we have the main engineering. So there are some components dotted around throughout the rest of the ship, but the bulk of your components and the engineering terminal are here at the rear of the ship. So that's upstairs. Let's go downstairs a little bit. We have the main vehicle entrance and
I like
cargo
how
entrance.
they're doing this, like how they're
for the
presenting
rear section. This can be used as a garage, but is also a cargo hold. Can fit vehicles up to a Ursa rover in size in here. And then on the Max, we have, as you saw in the trailer, the 2, it's sort of 1 cargo lift that drops down, but it retains a walkway throughout the center of the ship. So regardless of whether your cargo is up, down, being loaded, you still have traversal front to back of the ship. Then we have the downstairs of the traversal room, which also features the airlock onto the ship. And then lastly, we have the armory at the front of the ship. So if you're coming on board, leaving via EVA, leaving via that front entrance to the ground, you can stop off here, suit up, get your weapons, do the reverse coming back. And that is the Star Lancer Max.
Great ship.
So we'll quickly recap the stats. 224 SU of cargo, 128 on that ventral drop platform, 96 in the rear cargo area. It has 6 extra VTOL thrusters.
Oh, the blue
for all
looks
that
good
extra
on
mass that it's hauling. And it is available to pre-order now and will be flyable this IE at play.se Star Lancer Max. And if you pre-order now, before IE, you will get this exclusive sapphire paint, which is in the CitizenCon colors and looks super cool in my opinion. So, we have talked small drones, medium drones, large drones. What about bigger things? So,
Bigger than that?
who can guess what that is? So,
Consolidated Outland Pioneer Original Concept. I like how even with it blurred out, you can already hear people already shouting it out. So you know that they have been doing the research and they've been following along so much. But for me, I thought it was, I just kept on going, Pioneer, what's that? Because I'm like, this is actually the first time I'm hearing Pioneer, but it looks like it's some sort of base, if I'm looking at this correctly.
I talked to you all quite some time ago about this in Germany. And
Oh wow, they've been really following along.
this is obviously the original concept for the Pioneer. Now, some time has passed, and whilst the core concepts of base building have remained the same at a high level, how you physically build your bases has changed slightly. So, back then,
so it is a
you were
base.
building everything on board the ship here. You would fly your Pioneer. This is the area I want to build in. I'm going to build my base on board the ship, and I'm going to drop it down. As you've seen, bases are a lot more expansive now. This doesn't work anymore. So we need to do a little bit of some reconcepting.
Okay, so one of the first things we really wanted to kind of solve was the arm. We know a lot more about how we're going to be constructing these structures now, and kind of the arm didn't really make a lot of sense anymore. All it really did was it made the space you need to land the ship almost twice as big as what it's kind of needed. And we're not real spaceship engineers. We don't make real spaceships. But what we do try and do a lot of the time is we try and take as much reference from kind of real life manufacturing as we possibly can. And I think that's really it's really key to what I think Star Citizen is as a whole across like all the different departments, in that we're trying to make a believable universe. And if you think about the arm, and whilst I can't deny it's a cool idea, I think really from a manufacturing point of view, all it really does is it adds a lot of complication and a lot of manufacturing costs onto what is already a very advanced, very large, very costly ship to make. So that was kind of like one of the kind of real first things we wanted to do. The second thing we wanted to look at was kind of have a little bit of a shift around of kind of like the egress points on the ship. The cargo position has moved, so we needed to kind of update that. We wanted to make sure that the landing pad made sense and had space to kind of come into the ship. And then we also needed a way of getting things out of the ship that we will be crafting.
Yeah, I mean, the design is a huge change compared to the original concept, but I said the original one, it made it look a little bit more unique, that space in between and all that. But then again, they had like choices between that and this, and they're just like trying to figure it out because, we don't have spaceships in real life, so they're trying to make it as close as possible to like what they think is possible and all that. So I don't blame them. But then again, I'm not an expert. I'm not an architect. I'm not a I'm not a designer or an engineer or anything like that. So I can't really say much. That's just my opinion.
On top of that, we had a few other goals. Like I say, it needs to support
it's a
all the
mobile
updated
base.
kind
Now
of building
that's great.
mechanics. It needs to support all our current metrics, and I don't mean just character metrics. I mean all metrics, because we're going to be creating a lot of things inside this ship. We wanted it to kind of become a true self-sustained mobile base. We wanted it to kind of be kind of like the cornerstone of your crafting and construction ventures. And to do that, we needed to add a few extra kind of onboard facilities. So a med bay, like I say, the crafting area, the ability to refine or extract and refine materials.
So let's have a quick look over the updated interior of the Pioneer. So at the back of the ship, we have the classic bridge, looks out over the expanse of the ship. And then top and bottom of that in this image, we have the escape pod rooms. And then leading off those is the access to the manned turrets that remain. Then going downstairs, we have the cargo area at the top. Doesn't look like a lot. That's 1,000 SEU of cargo now in that space.
Damn, that's a lot of cargo.
Next to that is the fabrication control room. This is where you'll be controlling fabricating larger vehicles and ships, as well as smaller fabrication machines next door for. You don't want to use this to build a small FPS weapon. It's a bit overkill, so we have that on board as well. In the center of the ship, we have a small fabrication hangar with roof and ramp egress. So if you're building a small ship on board, so things like a Nomad, you can build on board here. You'll be able to fly it out the roof of the fabrication hangar. And then we have the existing small landing pad that transitions from outside the ship to inside the ship. So cargo you can load via new entrance that Ben's going to talk about in a second, but you can still retain the ability to land a ship on top of this ship, move it inside your ship, all those things. Engineering at the rear, this is now capital components all the way around. It was a weird mix of size 3s before. It's now just all capital everything. Then we have the habitation, mess hall, medical area between the hangar and engineering. And then at the front, we have 4 extra large drones in the drone room.
Oh, so those are drones.
But we don't just have some pictures like this to show you. Ben's going to go through this in a bit more detail now.
Okay, yeah, so we're going to have a little look at kind of like the concept and where it's at on the interior. We start out on the interior bridge. It's very spacious, or command deck bridge, whatever you want to call it. It gives kind of really nice views out over the front of the ship.
Oh, nice.
And right up front, you've got all the
I like that
consoles
design
required that you need to kind of control the ship, as well as the kind of additional remote turret access consoles. And then at the rear, we have the main kind of navigation components and some small engineering consoles. And kind of flanking either side, we've got these 2 corridors, and they lead out to the manned turrets that kind of sit above the bridge. And they also have all the escape pods needed for all the bridge crew.
Evac pods.
We want this to kind of be a home away from home, so we have a very large, comfortable habitation area. Each of the crew members, they get their own individual crew pod. And one of the nice things about this is these actually open up, and they allow kind of each crew member to kind of decide like how much privacy they actually want.
That's actually cool.
This is the crafting area. We've got the 4 kind of crafting machines. And these are right next to the cargo bay, the internal cargo bay. And as John says, this holds up to 1,000 SEU of cargo, so it's pretty sizable. To make it a little bit easier, it's got its own dedicated cargo lift at the back. That again, just simplifies that kind of getting cargo in and out of the vehicle.
Cargo lift.
Down at the front, we have the drone room. Now these will be 4 extra large drones, so they'll be able to craft our,
so that's what the big
our largest structures
boxes,
in game.
Rectangle
They
items
exit the
look
ship
like.
out through the roof, and they're all controlled by the construction console in this area.
Nice. I mean, 4 big drones. So I mean, this thing has literally everything. Comfortable spaces, and lots of drones can hold lots of cargo. This is a pretty good base so far.
And then finally, we're just going to take a quick look at the crafting area on the ship. So you can see here we've got these blast shields down that kind of protect the crew in this area from what's going on inside. And then as these open up, we just finished making a storm. And as,
look at that
we
tank.
see, there's a ramp that leads out, so you can drive any ground vehicles straight out the front. Between all the landing gear, and you get this really nice kind of like sense of scale as you're driving underneath out the front of the ship. And we've also got the top exit for any flight vehicles. And then finally, we have the landing pad, and this just allows us for any ships that land up on deck, we can just bring them down into the belly of the ship.
Man, it has everything for air vehicles and ground vehicles. That's great.
So that's the Pioneer. It's had quite the glow up over the years. Holds 4 extra large drones. And if you're interested in finding out what extra large drones can build, I highly recommend sticking around for the next presentation. It's about 20% bigger. I know the jokes, we always make ships bigger, but to fit all that in, it needed it. It can craft small ships and vehicles.
Wow.
And one thing we didn't show in that video is the landing gear actually have integrated ground resource extractors in. So when you find your plot, you land your ship and you can start extracting the resources from it.
Oh, nice. So it can mine as well?
Capital components all round, and now it has 1,000 SU of cargo capacity. Now the bad news. When base building comes out, this will not be there day one of it. But we are starting this in the next week or 2, so it is in production very soon. So,
One last thing.
to finish up,
Is that the
we'll
Polaris?
do the classic one last thing. CitizenCon is usually about looking forwards, but we'll do some housekeeping and look at the now and a bit before. So, oh, sorry, this is Ben.
Yeah, so you remember last year we teased these 10 vehicle silhouettes. Now, these were vehicles that we
I think the top left one is a hover quad. The one right below it, crap, I think it was like a medical vehicle. I forgot. One in the middle on the right looks like the Mirai Fury. And one on the bottom right kind of looks like the Polaris. Oh my gosh. Never mind. I just can't think right now. I'm like, I've seen these ships before, but I just don't know what the names were.
were planning on working on this year, and we've not quite delivered all of them yet this year. But we did come quite close.
Oh, top left, Mirai Pulse. RSI Ursa Medevac. Yeah, okay, so I did get the Medevac right. Top right, Origin X1. Right below it, Argo MP UV1T. And 2 below, RSI Zeus. And the bottom left, Aegis Retaliator.
So far we've delivered 6.
Wait, is it
we've
Aegis?
delivered the
Or
Pulse,
no, never
the
mind.
X1, the Medvac, the Argo MP UV1T, the RSI Zeus, and the rework on the Retaliator.
What's the other
But
4?
what about the rest? Sorry.
So,
Oh, so I was right. The one on the bottom right is the Polaris. The one in the middle left was the Crusader Intrepid. I did see a Morphologist video and ship commercial about that. So if you guys haven't already, go check it out. Mirai Guardian was on the middle right. Okay. And the one in the black font is the Anvil Legionnaire.
all but one of these will be released before the end of the
Let me
year.
guess, it's the
So
Legionnaire.
the Legionnaire is the one that's going to miss out. And that's because we want to align it with hacking gameplay. But the rest will be here before the end of the year. So, Crusader Intrepid, Mirai Guardian, and the Polaris. So, we have a few patches between where I am today standing on stage and the end of the year. But let's start with some things that you're going to see at IEE.
Oh, what's this? Wait, this looks like the Crusader Intrepid. Judging by the colors and everything. Yeah, it is. Crusaders Industries. Oh, that's the Polaris. I did watch Morphologist's review on this ship, the RSI Polaris. If you haven't already, go check it out too. Oh, look at you. I wonder what ship that was. The torpedo tubes. All right, on to the next ship. Oh, never mind.
Okay, so on top of those ships we've talked
Oh, we're
about,
coming up on the end.
we also worked on a number of other ships this year. So we're just going to quickly go through them before we get on to what we're doing next. So we delivered the Sulen,
Oh, still looks
the
amazing.
Storm, the Cutter Rambler, the F7A and F7C Mark IIs. So I always get tongue twisted with these. And the F7A Mark Is.
Whoa, look at that.
They also did the Santok EI,
Santa
the Sabre
Cruz.
Firebird,
Firebird.
the Peregrine, and then most recently, the
Ooh.
Argo Atlas. The Sabre Firebird,
The Firebird looks. I mean, I have seen this ship before, but still, wow, look at that. Now that looks amazing. I gotta watch a video about that. Maybe a ship commercial or Morphologist's review. That looks beautiful.
Peregrine, and then most recently, the Argo Atlas.
I did watch a ship commercial about that.
So, like last year, where we did a little tease,
Oh,
can't just leave without teasing a little bit more. So
for the next 12 months.
let's have a quick look at just some, emphasis on some, of the vehicles that we're working on in the next 12 months.
Oh, he's gonna do the silhouette again, isn't he? Oh, it looks like they're trying to guess what they are. Whoa! Wait, is that the Crusader? I mean, the Corsair? Oh, that's a misc ship. Oh, that looks like something from RSI. Whoa, what is that?
So,
That was a great tease.
I just want to say a big thank you to all of you, and a big thank you to all the vehicle team in all the studios around the globe. They give us all this really cool stuff that we can get to stand on stage and talk to you guys about. Some of them are probably hiding at the back, but I just want to say a big thank you to you all, especially for all the hard work on these recent ships.
Yeah. Massive, massive thank you to everyone involved in putting these vehicles together.
Right, thank you.
Thank you.
All right, so that concludes a almost 38-minute video, and I enjoyed every single second of it. I mean, the ships they presented and everything they're talking about is amazing, and I mean, I'm kind of like a loss for words because the CitizenCon 2954, man, I kind of wish I was there now. But I mean, the ships they present and the fact that they keep on giving, like, the players and everyone what they want to see and what they want, and is amazing. And they do admit, like, sometimes, hey, it's not in production, we're still working on it, and this was the original concept, but however we took a deeper dive into it and now we reworked it all, things like that. And especially with the ship tease that they did, it was great. But now they gave the players and customers literally something to think about for the next 12 months. IE 2955. Maybe if I can. Hey, I'm just saying, maybe if I have time. But anyways, this was a great video and I hope you guys enjoyed it. So thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed the video because I really did. I really loved all the ships that was presented, everything that was presented. These guys are amazing. They're hard workers, and they really deserve every single bit of praise and support that they've been given. And anyways, hit that notification bell so you know when I drop another video. And also shout out to all my members, subscribers, viewers. You guys are amazing. You guys are the reason why this channel keeps on going. So thank you so much for that. So without anything else, I'll see you guys next time.